Before you can use Twitter, you must set up a Twitter account. As you'll see in this video, not only is it free, but it's very quick and easy to do. Start by going to the Twitter homepage at twitter.com. You should see a Get Started button or a Join button or something like that there. Click it. You need to provide some information about yourself to get started. And basically, Twitter provides a form that you just fill out with your information. So start off by providing your full name. And you want to probably provide your real name or your company name if you're creating a company account. So just type it in. I'm going to be creating an account for my company, Flying M Air, so we'll just type that in. And then you need to pick a username for your account, and it has to be unique, and it shouldn't contain any spaces. So I'm going to just use the same thing pretty much without spaces. And Twitter will check for availability, and if it's available, it'll say OK. If it's not, then it'll tell you. For a password, you need to have at least 6 characters, and they want you to be tricky. When they say be tricky, they mean, include upper and lower case, include special characters, include numbers, things like that. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm just going to type in TEST1234, and that's good enough for Twitter. I'm pressing Tab to go down to email. Twitter wants your email address. It stores it for your account. And it's used in case you forget something such as your password. Maybe you set up the account today and then you weren't paying attention and you kind of neglected it for a while. And when you went to log in, you couldn't remember the password. You can tell Twitter to send you the password, but it will send it to your main email address. So if you give it an incorrect address, you will not be able to recover that information. So I'm going to type in the email address from my company. It will check to make sure that email address hasn't already been used. If you have multiple Twitter accounts, you have to have a separate email address for each one. Next, there's a checkbox there. It says, I want the inside scoops. Please send me emails. If you want updates about Twitter and what's new on Twitter and things like that, you can turn on that checkbox. Next, you need to type in the characters that appear in the image above this, and this will always be different. This is to make sure that you're not some kind of automated program creating this account. This is to make sure you're a real person. So you have to be able to see and read that. I always have trouble with these, but we'll give it a try. Let's see if I can get it right. Okay. And I'm going to click Create My Account, and hopefully that'll work. Oh, and it did. Next, Twitter offers to find your friends, people that you already know, on Twitter, and it will do this using your contacts database on one of these 5 services. So if you have a contacts database on Gmail or Yahoo or one of these, you can use this to find your friends who already have Twitter accounts. So I'm going to use Gmail here. So I'll click Gmail. They all pretty much work the same. They want to know your email address. So I'm going to type in my Gmail account address, which is mlanger.linda.com at gmail.com, and my password, and I'll click Continue. And Twitter's going to think about that. It's going to go out to Gmail, and it's going to query Gmail to see who in your address book is on Twitter. And what it's done here is it's come up with a number of people. 10 of my contacts are using Twitter, so I can choose the people that I want to communicate with on Twitter from this list. Now, I don't want to select all these people. I'm just going to select a few of them. So I'll pick Andy and Chuck and Esther here and Maria Langer. There you go. And Mike and Tom. And I'll click Continue. Next, Twitter wants to know if you want to invite some friends that are in your address book to join Twitter. So these are people that are in my address book, but they don't already have Twitter accounts with these email addresses, and I have the opportunity to invite them. If I turn on a checkbox beside their name, Twitter will send them an email, and I could see what the email message would look like by clicking this link here. So this is an example of what that email message would look like. I don't want to do that for any of these people, but if I did, I'd just turn on the checkbox and then I'd click Invite. I'm going to skip this step. Next, it offers me a list of popular Twitter users that I can start following to get some more information from their Twitter accounts and all that. And again, this is a list of Twitter accounts, and I would just turn on the checkboxes beside the ones I wanted to follow, and then when I click Finish, it would add them to my account. But I don't know any of these people right now, so I'm just going to skip this step. So when you're finished, you're logged in and your Twitter homepage appears. I'll take a closer look of that in another video.